Hello guys, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Today I'm going to be dropping something very cool for you all. I'm going to be teaching you how you can actually collect leads from people for your business using Google Forms. So I need you to stay to the end of this video. Meanwhile, I just use this as a notification for my Christmas. I just want to say thank you all for all that have been following my channel, those that have been watching my videos, those that have been dropping comments on my videos. I want to say a very big thank you to you. So let's dive into the training proper. So the first thing you must do is to launch your browser, your Google Chrome browser. I'm going to click on this to launch my Google Chrome browser. All right, I'll click on that. So I would recommend you use Google Chrome browser. You can actually use other browsers, but I recommend you use Google Chrome browser. So the next thing I must do is to type in Google Form. So I'll hit on it, Google Form, click on the enter. So I'll come down, I'll choose the second option that says Google Form, Online Form Creator, Google Workspace. So I'm going to click on that. It's going to load up. So it says try forms for work. So I'm just going to click on what? Go to forms. Now the next thing you must do is to sign in your Gmail account. You must sign in your Gmail account because Google Form is owned by Gmail, and for you to have the complete access to your Google Form, you must have an email attached to the Google Form. So if it's a business, a company you actually want to create a Google Form for, you need to open a an email for that business on Google. All right, so I click on next. I type in my password. Click on next. All right, it says 2 verifications, so I need to access my phone to and I will always advise you, please turn on the 2-step verifications on your Gmail accounts for good protection on your account, so you don't lose your account to any kind of person. So it brings you into your Google Form. We have different templates, and the ones that I've already worked on in the past. So it says blank. These are the recent forms that I've worked on. You can see them. I have this. I worked on this 12th of April. I worked on this 22nd of January 2021. I worked on this 18th of June 2021. This one opened May 2022. This one I worked on this December 28, 2022, which is actually a recent form. That was 2 days ago. Yesterday. That was yesterday. This as well. This was December 2028. I opened this, but that's not when I worked on this. Actually, I worked on this maybe at the beginning of this year or something. All right, so let's go straight. This is let's go straight into what we want to do. I want us to start with a blank form. I don't want to use any of the template. I want us to start with a blank form. So I'm going to hit on this blank. So it's going to open up. All right. The first thing you must have in mind is, okay, got that. All right. The first thing you must have in mind is, what do you want to collect? The information you actually want to collect from these clients, these prospects, their informations you need. Most people, what they need is their phone number, their email address, their addresses. Most people request for their addresses. Why some request for their beg your pardon, 1 minute please. Email address, phone number, first name, last name. Probably if you do deliveries, you could request for their home address, office addresses, and so on and so forth. All right, I'm going to make this very simple. I'm going to start with the first thing you must do is to tie to your form. Your form needs to have a name, so that when these clients come in contact with your form or open up the form, the link given to them to get access to your form, they actually know what the form is all about. Let's assume the form is Christmas sales. That's what I want to name it. You can actually name it anything you want to name it. We get that, right? So that's going to be the name of the form. That's what the form is going to carry. Now the next thing we must do, all we're trying to do here is to design the form. We need to design the form to make the form look good. The form needs to look good, look presentable. So the next thing I must do is to come down to customize themes. So I'm going to click on customize themes. Now I'll come down. This is the header, so you can actually change the font, the size, or whatever. Let's say I give it a 20. You see that something happened, so I'm gonna leave it at maybe 22. I'm gonna leave it at 22. That's cool enough. So there's the questions. Now look at it. We have this is the header style. These are the questions. This is the question. Email is a question, right? So let's check that out. If I put it on 13, you notice that the email increased, right? All right, so this is going to affect the questions. Options is also a question, right? Now I'm going to come down. So the text, whatever I do here is going to affect the text. This text here, this is where you're going to put in your information, the result, the answer you're going to be giving this person. So this text affects that. So I'm going to leave it as 10. I prefer as 10. Now the next thing I want to look at is the header. Now if I come here, you see this header, the color of this header presently, you can see this is a purple color. So if I want to change the color of the header, let's assume I want it to be yellow. I'm going to click on that. Did you see that? It changed. All right, but I don't want colors. I want to add an image. So I'm just going to come here. If you already have an image, probably an image of a Christmas image, or maybe an image of whatever you want to sell. So let's just browse that. Let's just say a image of Christmas sales. Remember, you must have yours, right? Christmas background. So I just want to come down. Let's just mean I want to work on I'm just going to come here. Please, I need you to follow. Anything you don't get from this video, I need you to drop a comment in the comment section, and I'm going to clarify it. All right. Okay, I'm going to save that. So I'll come back to my Google form. So I'm going to come back. So you see that? So I have Christmas sales already. That's the title of the Google form, because I actually changed it here. So it's replicated here. So I'm going to click on choose image. It says teams. These are different teams you can actually work with. But I'm not interested in any of this. I'm going to go to photos. It's going to show up some of my photos. So if I'm not fine with all this, I'm going to go to upload. So I'll click on browse. It takes me to my computer. Let's assume that's what I want to use. I'm going to click on that. So it's going to come up. All right, so I love the way it is. Christmas, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. You can actually crop if you wish to crop, but I'm not going to crop. I'm just going to leave it the way it is, and I'm going to click on done. So when I click on done, I'm going to hold on for it to come up. Now you notice I have a header image. All right, so when your client or your prospect dives in to your Google form, he already sees that, oh, Merry Christmas, or whatever you're trying to market to this client, or whatever the form is all about. It could be maybe a Christmas sales form, which your graphic designer has already done a design for you. All you just need to do is to upload it into your Google form. All right, if you see the image actually changed because it has to take the image of this. All right, so we'll come down to the background. The background here has to do with the background of the form itself. All right, let's assume I click on this. You notice that the background changed, right? You can actually make your background look more nice. I don't like it right, so I'm going to leave it a little bit this way. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like this so it looks good. Having done that, I'm going to close up themes. So the next part I'm going to go to is to come down to what's the description of this form. What is this form all about? So I'm going to say 90%. Oh, that's not going to be 50%, 60% off all Christmas items ordered before Christmas. Remember, all the information we're using here, they are just dummy information. So it's just so when you want to do yours, try as much as possible to use the exact information you want to use for your business. So I just want to capitalize all the words. Items, items, yeah, all. I'm capitalizing all the word. I'm going to capitalize off. So I have off. All right, so I have this. So let me increase the size a bit. So okay. So I have this. Good. So 50% off all Christmas items ordered before before let's say 31st December. Okay, having done that, I'm going to come down. So what are the informations I need from this prospect? What are the informations I need to be able to get across to this prospect, to be able to remarket to this prospect? So note, it mustn't be a Christmas stuff. I'm just using this because of the season, Christmas season. All right, so I'm going to come here. I need email. I need the email. So I have the emails, valid emails. So I need note every of those stars means that it is very compulsory for the person to fill in those information. You understand? So I'm going to come here. It says this form is collecting emails. Change settings. And I'm not going to change settings, but if you want to change settings, you could just click change settings. If it's quizzes you want to collect, but what I want is I want the form to collect emails. So the next thing I'm going to do, I want to add more of the questions. So I'm going to come here. I'll click on add more questions. What do I want to add? Let's say phone number. Phone number. So that's actually a short answer. So the next question I'm going to put is this. I need their phone number. So I need their phone number. And what I'm going to do is, if you notice, from the beginning I talked about this asterisk, right? Asterisk after the email. So it means that this field is actually required. So if somebody fills up this form without fills up every other thing on this form except the email, the form will not be submitted. It's going to prompt the person, bring the person back to this. That means this is very much required. So for every information you need on a particular form, because there's some information you might not need, you just added it up for the form to look more presentable and so on and so forth. So you need an email. You're going to make sure it's required. You need the phone number. You're going to make sure it's required, so you can actually turn it off or you turn it on. So I'm going to turn it on because it is required. So I'm going to come down. What else I need? And note, the next thing you're going to do is to come down to this part. There's what we call the image part. You can actually drop an image to make it look very good. So, but I'm going to leave it that way. I'm going to come down to this section. What kind of question is it? What kind of question is this? Is it a short answer? Is it a paragraph? Is it multi-choice question? Is it check boxes? Is it drop down, file upload, linear scales, multi-choice grid, check box grid, date or time? It's actually a short answer. Now, short answers are answers that are direct answers. Example, if I say give me your email address is a short answer, it's a direct answer. If I say give me your phone number, a phone number is a short answer because it's a direct answer. You don't need to do a checkbox or whatever because I'm not giving you an option. So such kind of question requires a direct answer. Okay, so let's go down to the next. Let's assume I want to add more questions as well. So I'm going to say maybe phone number, email address, first name, yeah. So first name is also a short answer. Now let's look at paragraph. If I say paragraph, this requires a long answer. Let's assume questions like tell us why you've filled up this form. Now this requires the person to give a description or do a write-up on why the person decided to fill up this form. You understand? So this cannot be a short answer. This is going to be a lot of paragraphs. You understand me? Let's say 100 characters, 200 characters, 400 characters, and so on and so forth. You register for some courses at times, you see them say, why do you register for this course, things like that. So you need to write a long answer. So but the question we're doing here is not, what we're filling up here is not a long answer, is actually a short answer. So I'm going to change it from paragraph to what short answer. So your paragraph actually stands for a long answer, while your short answers stands for short answers. Put it that way. So we have things like multi-choice questions where you have to choose option 1, option 2, or yes or no, things like that. We're going to be looking at them one after the other. So I'm going to leave this as short answer. All right. So we have email address, we have phone number, we have first name. So I'm going to add another field, or we could just duplicate this. Let's just take this off. So I will just duplicate this, since what I want to add is last name, right? So I'm just going to come here, I'm going to click on duplicate. So I'm going to change this from first name to last name. That makes your job much faster. I'm going to come down here. So the next thing I'm going to add is I'm going to have something like I want to add something like how did you hear about us? How okay, let's say something like this. Would you love to make any purchases now? Something like that. So I'm gonna have something like would you love to make, oh sorry, pardon, would you love to make I love capitalizing my words. I love, yeah, that's supposed to be a tool. Would you love to make any purchases now? Yeah, so I'm gonna come here. It is not a multi-choice answer, this is a paragraph. Sorry, this is gonna be a multi-choice answer. Thank you. Yeah, is it that a yes or a no? Or there are two things, is it that you use check boxes, you understand me, or multi-choice answers. So I'm going to say a yes, and I'm going to add another choice. I'm going to have something like sorry, excuse me, I'm going to have something like suggested no. So I have two boxes. So I have this taken off. I have good. So I have a yes, I have a no. So those are check boxes. So you can actually make it a multi-choice question too. So so a yes, a no. All right, let's move straight down. So I'm going to have something like the last, maybe how did you hear about us? So I'm going to have a new checkbox. So it's not necessary, this is required as well. I'll make it required because I actually want to know if the person is ready to buy my product now or no, not. So here I'm going to have this question. Let's say I want to have something like, how did you hear about us? How did you hear about us? We see a lot of that in about us. Yeah, full stop. How did you hear about us? So I'm going to do option radio. I have I'm sorry, excuse me. Yeah, add. So I'm gonna have something like so I have radio. Let's say I have television. I have like so I'm gonna have something like this. How did you hear about us? So I've added radio, I've added television. So I want to add other options. So I'm gonna come down here, others. Now look at it, something is happening. Actually, I want you to I want to let you know, when you click on other option, you're not going to be able to type here. You notice that, right? So for you to be able to type in whatever you want to type in here, you must click on add option, so it comes in, so that a new option is going to be added. So I'm going to say newspaper. All right, let's say I want to add another option again. I'm not going to be able to type here because it's just others is just a, yeah. So I'm going to click on add option. It's going to add a new option for me. So maybe I want to type in friends. All right, so that's what I want. I don't want and so I want the last option to be others. Others could be anywhere. So is it required? I don't want it to be required, so let's just leave it at that. So having done that, if you're cool with what you have already, so you're just gonna leave it the way it is. This I'm just gonna make this form look as simple as possible. So you can actually edit the text size and description, add the title and description. So if I want to add the title for whatever I want to put in, I can actually add a title and whatever, but I don't want to go through all those steps. So this is just a very cute, simple form. So let's preview the form. So this is how the form looks. Very simple, very simple. Oh, I have something here that I didn't take off. So I'm going to come here. I'm going to take this off. I'm going to delete this. Good. So I deleted that. So I'm going to preview now. So we have this. Very clean, very simple to use. We have the person's email address is going to appear here. The person types in the email address, the person puts in the phone number, the person puts in the first name, the last name. Would you love to make any purchases now? Yes. How did you hear about us? Television. And then you're going to click on submit. Your response has been recorded. That's cool. So that's a very simple way of getting response or getting your potential clients information without spending a dime. All right, thank you. So another thing somebody want to ask, okay, how do we get to see the response from this client? Now let's check it out. I already have a notification here, one response. So I'm just going to come back here. I'm going to see I have a response from this person. You see that, right? The person's name is Ifeanyi, right? You see that? Where did he hear it? He said he heard it from friends. Right? I clicked on friends. Yeah, one response. Would you love to make purchase? Yes. I clicked on yes. The person's last name Ifeanyi. The person's first name Clement. The person's phone number. The person's email address. You get that? So that's how you can actually get full information about your details about your clients. So it's so easy. So the next question is going to be how you're going to get the link of this form you created, so you can be able to distribute it, share it on social media platform, and so on and so forth, send to your people you actually want to send to directly to their emails. And so how do you go about that? All you just need to do is, after creating your form, you already have what you want. That's how you want your form to look like. You preview it and you're fine with what you saw, you're good with the whole questions you're saying. All you need to do is to click on send. When you click on send, this page pops up. Now if you look at it, excuse me please, you have send via email. There's a link, right? And this is an embedded HTML. So these are different ways you can actually send. So if I want to send this out to an email, I just type in the email addresses I want to send this form to, or I just come in here and do what? Copy this link. But the link seems to be too long, so Google gives you the opportunity to shorten the link. So I'm going to click on shorten link. So this is the new link. So when I copy this link, let's check it out. I open a new tab and type in this link here. I click on enter. It takes me to the form where I can actually fill up the form. You understand? So that is how you get the link of the form you just created. So you copy the link and do with it whatever you want to do it, or share it with anybody you want to share it with. All right, so if you've not subscribed to my channel, I want you to do that now. Just click on the subscribe button. Don't forget to like this video and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so that you'll be prompted whenever I put up new videos on my channel. All right, thank you. See you. Bye bye.